Okay, we are back. So let me close this. Use on the first part this create post and get post. Okay, so let's go to how to get an individual post. We need to pass a document ID that is the ID we have here. Okay, so we need to pass that and to call that document, and we will return the changes on that document. Okay, so let's go to single post again, and as I said, we imported Firestore. We are using routes and deactivated route to get the params from the URL. So we get those inside our constructor. And as I said, to get the current ID, we use this route snapshot para map that get and the name of the of what we want, what we set up on the routes. Okay, this one. So in this case, it's this one. Let's go back. Let's click another one. Okay, and you will see the ID there. So let's go back and okay, routing. Let's close that. Let's go back to single post. Okay, sometimes it opens another tab, and some other times it just clear that tab and reopens the same tab with the other information. I'm not sure why it's doing that. So we call this get single post. Okay, that is all the functions. I'm calling them on the engine init. Okay, as I said, you will get this code on GitHub, so you can play with it. So I'm calling the service this get post from the first service. I'm getting this current post ID, that is the ID that we have here. Okay, we are subscribing to that. I'm setting this variable to be post data, and this that post, that is an object. Okay, I'm calling this post data, the payload object, and the data that is inside this response from Firestore. Okay, that will return a single object. So let me also log this so you can check it out. This that post, or maybe let's console that log post data. Log. Okay, just that. So I'm consoling. I think I'm consoling here, right? It's an object with this payload, and this payload, let me see if I can find it, because then okay, let me do something. I got my videos here. Let me do something, because I was checking the video if it has a little noise in the background, but well, I'm not sure what's going on, because I don't use these headsets. I just use them for recording. So when I do something else, I just change the headsets, and to listen music and to do some pre-coding on my spare time. So I'm not sure what's going on. So it should be it's getting some noise, maybe from the connection. I'm not sure. So let's get post data. Let's say what we got from the payload. So now we are half of the way done. Again, this document snapshot. Okay. So this should have a function. Well, I can see it. You will look for that if you want. So let's it's the same as this post, but let's console log that. So you can see we get the content, the title, and the cover. Okay. So that's we are getting, and we are setting that to be the object we have in this start post. I mean, here it's an empty object. We assign this to that object or to that variable, and that's all. We have our object. Okay, so this is the enter edit mode. That this boolean is the edit. So when we click or when this function fires, we get this true. We edit. We make this console log that says edit mode enabled, and let's go to single post. And you will see that if I go to enter edit mode, I set this edit to be true, and I display this little form that is another component with the a title, a little h3 that says edit the post. So let me show you that. It's inside here. We click edit. We got this cancel edit, and we click, and we we hide that function. This form. Okay. So you can submit or send or delete. Let's go back. So that's all these two functions are doing to make this edit either false or true in order to display this information. So that's it. We have our function, our content to be displayed because we have this variable that has all that data, and we just call post cover, post title, and post content from there. What we have here, here our information. So okay, why I'm getting two of those? Let me refresh. Okay, so sometimes you will get some the sync from Firestore. So you will see maybe one or two posts after you open the edit or something like that, that is duplicated, but it doesn't mean you added another one. It just means that it's a little desync. Your application got a little desync from the server, and if you refresh or if you click another one and come back, okay, you will get your synced information back again. So it's a little bug, but well, it's not that bad. So we already have this one, and we already have this one. Yes. So what we have, we already checked create post, get post, and get posts. So we need this update. Okay, that we need to pass a document ID and an object. Okay, this data is going to be an object, a form object. So we call this Firestore. We call our collection. We pass the ID of the document inside this collection that we want to update. Okay, and we set that data. Just as simple. So let's go to, because I got that on, no, I got a form for this. Okay, this is the update. So where this thing is happening, let me go here, is in this edit. Okay, you can see that we got this edit mode enabled. So if I come back, okay, let me close this. I'll find another one. Let me Okay, let's take a look at this one. Open in a new tab. Let's close this. Let's get this URL. Let's go to, what the hell? Okay. We select all, we paste that, and we submit. Okay. We got this post updated alert, and we got our post, our image. So we can change our text if we want. We can change our title. Okay. So we have that working. So it's the same. We need from group, from control and validators. We need a router because we want to redirect, and we need our service, of course. So we create a form group, just the same. This form is the same as the one we had in this add post here. Okay, this one. So I don't know why it's opening that. Okay, and let's go back to update post. We got this. Okay. Okay, let me think for a sec what I did here. Let me check this first. We're calling this get post. Oh, I know. I should have, yes. Okay, I have this input. Okay. So you remember with what we did with this ID, no? So when we click one of these, okay, we get this ID to okay, to call this. Okay, let me show you again because let me show you what I'm talking about. So we need this current post ID, this post ID that we are getting from the URL. Okay, and we're using this to use this get post that is from our service that retrieves a single post using this ID. Okay, we are retrieving the data. So in this case, you will see that we also need this ID, but since I don't want to get, you can pass that ID on other ways, but this is the way I did it. So let's go back here. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so I'm passing with the input, I'm passing this current post ID. Okay, that is all current post ID, the ID from that route, from that post, that collection document. Okay. Okay. And I'm getting that using the input, as I said, get the ID from the current post. I'm getting the input, and I'm setting the form values to be the title, cover, and content from the object that is returning this function. Okay. So why I'm doing this, what I'm saying the values for the form. Let me show you. This is this form, the post form. I'm setting this title, content, and cover because I want this form, the update form, to be populated, to have all the information. So if I come back here, okay, let me show you that it will. And so this, okay, you see how big it is. Let's delete that and let's click submit. It says post updated, and okay, real-time changes. So that's why, because I need to set these form values to what we got on this document. Okay, this information. So let me close this. So that's that. And this is the actual update post. And I don't know why I'm using the same name, because you might think, well, you might think a lot of things, but I don't know why I said this. This is stupid. I don't want to set these names to be the same as this, but okay, I guess it works. I usually don't do this because I don't want this to have the same name, although it's a completely different function. But I don't want to make this, you know, the same name. So okay, we set this object as we did before when we created the post from the form data. We're just essentially doing the same, getting the data on the submit using our control, okay, our form group with our controls, and I'm passing the ID, this current post ID, that is this thing, okay, that is the ID from the post, and the data object, okay, that is this one. After that, I'm just alerting because it will update the UI immediately, and I'm just alerting something, you know, to say, okay, you got this, you updated the post. So at the end, I think this is going to be the last thing. The delete, the delete function is inside our form, so there's no other way to access but to click edit and to delete. Okay, we call delete, post deleted, and we got that post deleted. Okay, we can click this one, okay, edit and delete post. Click one more for good measure, delete post, and that. You know, we have 6 only right now. So how this thing is working? So from our, well, inside our Firestore service, we got this delete post that gets a document ID. Okay. You can use your type checking if you want. So I'm calling the same, this Firestore and the name of the collection. I'm passing the document ID. I'm calling delete, and then after the response we get, I'm just alerting the post deleted, catching an error if something occurs. So inside here, when I'm calling this delete function, when I click the button class delete, okay, okay, I'm calling this Firestore service.delete post, deleting the post, because remember that we got the ID from the input, from this input, okay, that, if you can remember, is inside, is this one. We're calling this. So I don't know why it makes me you know, it throws me off, because it's not opening the code, the files on another tab. It just keep saying the same tab to have different information, and I'm like, I had that open. What it is? But okay. So I'm calling this delete post using the ID, and after that I'm just navigating to my route, to my route. And so when I delete, let's click this one. When I delete, it sends me back to my main screen. So I think that's it. In case you want to, you should be able to. Okay, let me get this out, and let me get this because let me see if we can make this work. I'm just looking for something. Okay. So we have this prompt that it's been a while since I used prompt. So let me check. Let me click, copy this. Let me paste this, not here, but in update post. Okay, and let me. I need to learn all the shortcuts for this thing. So let's go to let prompt message. Okay, and how this thing worked that I can remember. Okay, let me just save this. Okay. So it wasn't a prompt, it was a confirm, right? Let me let me move this out of the way. It's a confirm. I think it's the same syntax, but I usually my memory is really bad with this kind of function that I rarely use. But you should use this confirm. Let's try yourself. If you want me to make a video about W3, and if you want me to guide for some, how to learn more, and because you might think developers have all this, in their memory, in their heads, but it's usually not the case. Well, in my case, I know how everything works, but I just can't remember some functions. And usually when I'm building something, I'm like, okay, I know how to do this, but I need to Google the function, okay? Because I can't remember. But the thing about building simple applications or demos or things like that in your spare time will give you the thinking process of how to manage an application. You don't need to store in your head. You don't need to remember every single function. Okay, so it's just okay, confirm. So we need to change this. If you want me to because I need to check the stuff. Confirm. Okay. Confirm is just I can set. Press a button. Okay. Is that okay? So I can set this to be. Are you sure? go back. So we are here. As I said, if I can freaking remember what I'm saying, if you want me to show you how to learn or how I started learning in web development, all that, this is a page that I started with HTML, CSS. If you have any doubt on how to start web development, I might make a video about this and how I started and how to, channels and tutorials that I follow, and maybe to guide you because you can update the code we have here if you don't know this page. Okay, this is a paragraph that I just updated. We need to click run. Okay, so you can say image source. If you want me to show you how to walk around with this, how to play with this little let me get you. Okay, let's copy that. Boom, boom, boom. Where am I? HTML tutorial, the editor. Let's paste that and let's click run. Okay, I can even show you the basics of HTML and things here, and if you want. So comment if you want and subscribe if you want to get this and like the video, and I will show you. It's not that bad, it's not that we have some simple things here, but you will get I can give you some guiding, because when I started, I know how it feels when you start something, in this case web development, and you're like, man, how the hell do I do this? And if you want me to guide you through this page and to make some tutorials about this, or just send me a message and say, I can understand this, can you help me? I will make a video. Okay, so let's go back to what we have here, that is Angular. So we click, we are here, so this should be okay. So are you sure? Because this is good UX design. Always, okay, when someone makes a change or something that is going to change the information, when someone makes an action that is going to change some information, it's a nice thing to set a little confirm, to say, are you sure you want to do this? Because sometimes people click for, as an accident, it happens as an accident, and they're like, crap, I just deleted something that I didn't want to delete, or I changed something that I didn't want to change, or they just regret the decision, and like, why you allowed me to change that without telling me, So right now, if I click accept or cancel, nothing will happen, because we need to get this if. That's why I got this inside prompt message is equal. Okay, let me get this. It should work with this. Let me get this, got that, delete this, paste that, else, alert. Okay, no changes were made. Let me see, because I'm a little rusty on this confirm. So okay, got updated. Delete post. cancel, no changes were made, accept, and we have still our post, accept, and the post was deleted. Okay, so that's it. As I said, if you want me to make to guide you through all this, if you don't want to make it alone, you know, because sometimes like this is like too overwhelming, and can you make a series about this, and can you help me with something that I saw this is a really good page to learn. They have all the best practices and things like that. So if you want to learn web development, okay, I'll make I go here and I'll make a little video showing you this, because I already taken a lot of time on another thing. So I will make a video later about this page, and if you want me to help you with some of these things, you know, to generate more content for the channel, also with forms, that forms are like, damn, you know, when you're learning forms, like, how the hell do I do this, and what this thing means, and like that. So in case, because if you're watching these videos, it means that you already know how to work with most of the things. But if you have any doubt, maybe on PHP, Bootstrap, you know, MySQL, CSS, just send me a message, leave a comment, and I will make a video about it. So this is all about all of us learning together. Okay, it's okay. That's all, and see you on the next one.